recently, Elon Musk disclosed that he plans on finding someone to take a leadership role at Twitter, namely someone who would be the new leader to run Twitter. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that he's looking to sell Twitter, but he definitely does not want to be the one leading it, which is fascinating to say the least. Now, he talked about this organizational restructuring during his testimony in Delaware. What? Okay, let me give you the details. Musk made the remarks while testifying in a Delaware court to defend against claims that his $56 billion pay package at Tesla was based on easy to achieve performance targets and was approved by a compliant board of directors. Okay, so that's what the whole testimony, the whole point of the testimony was. But through that testimony, we learned about his plans at Twitter. So the pay deal is being challenged in court as too excessive for a part-time CEO, and I would agree. I would also agree if he were a full-time CEO at Tesla.
Yeah, Cenk's full-time and he makes what, like max 10 billion a year?
Oh my God, can you imagine?
It's ridiculous, it's insanity.
Cenk's clothes are in tatters.
Jeez, you have to throw him more under the bus.
No, but like, you're the problem, John. You should be throwing him under the bus. He needs to feel the heat. He needs to feel the pressure. Cenk needs to get new clothes. He is the CEO of this company.
I don't want to open up a whole door.
Camera.
I've got jackets with holes in the back, but nobody can see it, so it's all good, right?
Yeah, no one cares about your holy jacket, okay? Anyway, let's get back to Musk.
Sorry.
Okay, so Tesla investors are also concerned about the time that Musk is devoting to Twitter, and that's understandable considering his tweets, including the next tweet that I'm about to read, which Musk later deleted for, I think, obvious reasons. He says, "I've been at Twitter San Francisco headquarters all night. We'll be working and sleeping here until org is fixed." He later deleted that because he is the CEO over at Tesla, and the investors at Tesla not too happy to hear that the CEO of Tesla is focusing his energy on something else.
Yeah, let alone the investor, like SpaceX also he's the CEO of.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he has multiple, like the Boring Company and like how many of these different things that should be full-time jobs if one were to take them seriously.
He's all about that rise and grind lifestyle, He's really nailing it.
Hardcore work style, yeah.
Well, we'll get to the hardcore in a little bit. But he did try to justify the amount of time he's been spending over at Twitter, saying there's an initial burst of activity needed post-acquisition to reorganize the company, Musk said in his testimony. But then I expect to reduce my time at Twitter. And he said he plans to find a new person to run it. Musk admitted that some Tesla engineers were assisting in evaluating Twitter's engineering teams, but he said it was only on a voluntary basis and after hours. By midday today, Tesla's stock took a dip, a little bit of a dive, 3%.
Ooh.
Those investors real finicky.
Yeah.
Now last night, Elon also spent a ridiculous or sent a ridiculous ultimatum to Twitter employees. And I want to read you what the memo to the employees said. Going forward, to build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we will need to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity. Only exceptional performance will constitute a passing grade. Insufferable. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine Cenk saying that to us?
Yeah, and in his clothes.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, if he dressed to impress, maybe, but he doesn't, so.
Yeah, okay, talking about passing grades. Okay, dude, your stock just dipped like a whole bunch today. Are you making a passing grade? Did you even notice that your stock was dropping or that videos going viral of your cars wiping out pedestrians in China and all of that? Did you notice any of this? Is it possible that at some point you should adopt the hardcore work style that you're forcing on your employees? By the way, that memo, if it tells us anything, it's that they need a union desperately. That is ridiculous and condescending. But then on top of that, he responded to people's concerns sort of about the Tesla thing by saying, oh no, I didn't like take a whole bunch of Tesla engineers to do social media stuff. it's on a voluntary after hours basis. First of all, making engineers work a whole bunch of more hours on stuff that they're not trained on after hours is still gonna have knock-on effects on their actual work on the cars, which seems significant, one would think. Also, I don't believe it. If they are actually volunteering, it is definitely because they're worried about being arbitrarily canned in the same way as engineers are at Twitter are, and he's probably lying anyway. He probably has dragged them over. This is a massive conflict of interest, similar to when SpaceX decided to put a bunch of funding into advertisements on Twitter. We've already talked about the issues with him controlling Twitter and a car company that needs to do business in places that would love to censor things like Twitter. That's gonna cause massive problems going forward. He's not he has no idea what he's doing. He seems to have accepted it, at least in talking about getting a new CEO. Either he's starting to get bored or he's realizing he has no idea how to fix this. He hasn't reorganized Twitter. He's at best deorganized Twitter.
I just think, look, this is the problem with the left, okay? You're spewing exactly what the problem is with the left, okay? The problem with the left is they think they know better. They're jealous of successful CEOs, millionaires, billionaires. You're just jealous.
Probably.
And clearly he does have a solid, foolproof plan in place to improve Twitter. And that solid plan is to be hardcore. That's it, that's all they need to do, just be hardcore. And if they refuse to be hardcore, Elon Musk has issued an ultimatum to these workers, okay? Musk goes on to outline how Twitter will be much more engineering driven and then gives staff an ultimatum. If you are sure that you want to be part of the new Twitter, please click yes on the link below, directing staff to what appears to be an online form. Musk said any employee who has not done so by 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday will receive 3 months severance, to which I say, God damn it, take the money and run for your life. Like I would take that money so quick, see you later. Don't wanna be hardcore, that's not my lifestyle, okay?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, look, again, in that, he's demonstrating that he fundamentally does not understand Twitter, the challenges facing Twitter, it being more engineering driven. The issues of Twitter are not primarily engineering or coding issues. I'm not saying they don't have any of those issues. He has introduced many of them by firing a lot of their engineers.
Exactly.
There are new engineering problems, but the problems of Twitter are social problems, they're cultural problems, and in some cases they're political problems, especially in the international context. They're issues of trying to get people to act in certain ways, to try to balance the interests of different parties. Those are not issues that are fixed by having tighter code. It just isn't, and he does not understand that. He has a very similar set of problems in approaching these things as Mark Zuckerberg does. They're not people who can accurately see the world, and then they wall themselves off from reality and surround themselves by yes men, making it even more difficult for them to understand the actual problems that they face. There are people who could potentially fix Twitter. He is not that person, and I think maybe he's finally starting to get that.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.